Guys, what's going on? Super excited for my first ever kind of client student interview. I'm joined by Jack from Australia. Jack, you want to give a quick little intro on who you are, what your brand does, and we'll kind of go from there. But before you get into it, Jack was my first ever student, so I'm super
Yeah,
excited for this interview and to
uh,
get
come
Jack's
along.
story out there.
But yes, as Damien said, I'm Jack. I'm from Australia. Um, I sell a food product. It's an Australian seasoning that goes on French fries, to put it
It's fire, by
simply.
the way. Yeah.
It goes all right. And yeah, I started that in January. I believe I joined Damien in March. Before joining Damien, I had done around $5,000 in sales. Currently, sitting around 130,000. So
Let's fucking go.
Damien might know his stuff just a little bit.
Yeah.
No.
That's awesome. So yeah, you started your brand. Let's just jump right into it. You started your brand back in January of 2025, right?
Yes,
How
January.
how was that process leading up to launch? Like, how long did it take? Um, and yeah, just tell people a little bit of backstory about the brand.
Well, I started the brand because I was on holidays in Europe and I realized that this seasoning called chicken salt was purely an Australian thing. It's very common in Australia and I realized it didn't exist overseas. So got home and it was playing on my mind. And I always knew that I wanted to start a business. I was interested in e-com. I wanted to start a business that I could run from my laptop because I love to travel. So this idea was playing in my mind for a few months before I thought, okay, I'm finally gonna just bite the bullet and do it. Um, between the design and finding suppliers and all that stuff, probably took me around 6 months, but this was while I was working full time. I
Mhm.
hadn't taken I wanted to build the brand, but I wasn't all in yet. I was just doing it, taking my time. Um, so it took me around 6 months. You definitely do it quicker if you just switched on. Um, if you're
Yeah.
committed to a community like this, you probably will just speed run a lot of that because you have that bit of accountability. That's one of the things that really actually sped up my process.
You said accountability.
Accountability, like being a part of a group, like when I joined your group, it kind of just inspired me to do more and quicker, like working with the group and um yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
You said you mentioned you were doing what, like 5 grand before you started working together. Tell people a little bit more about that and where you kind of were at before, we met.
So before I joined, I'd done $5,000 all on Shopify.
Hmm.
I had a pretty good launch locally. I made a video and my friends and a lot of people I went to school with, like my local community really got behind that. So I was able to sell out my first stock. But beyond that, I didn't actually know what to do after that. I got more stock and I was like, okay, now how do I sell this one? Yeah, I've got all the locals have already bought it. I don't know a thing about marketing. I don't know much about Shopify. I'm just learning on the spot. And I thought,
Yeah.
okay, this might be where I need a little bit of help.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where were you kind of stuck? Is it just because you didn't really know, you've never had like an e-com experience before, or what was there like a specific part of your business where you're like, damn, like I really have no idea like what to do here?
Yeah, it was a bit like that. I'd watched all the YouTube videos.
And that's where
You
everyone
could
starts.
you try and learn so much, but until you're actually like in the driver's seat
Yeah.
and you're doing it day by day, you do get stuck. That's why I feel like what I've realized now is it kind of boils down to three things, which is good product definitely helps. I don't think you can sell shit product. That's
Yeah.
one thing
Crazy, huh?
I've noticed with the group. You really, before everyone gets started, you focus, you dial in on the product
Yeah.
because you know that if it's shit product, you're just wasting your time.
Yeah.
Um, If
Yeah,
you got
because
a good
like if you have a great product, sorry, if you have a shitty product, great marketing, sure, you can like get someone to buy it one time,
mm,
but you don't make money, getting someone to buy one time. It's all the purchases after that. So I'm like a big
um,
proponent on actually making something dope, actually something that works, and something that, you're proud of, which like you've done a great job. Um, if
yeah,
no one, anyone wants to check out Jack's brand, is just trychukis.com. Crushed it on the branding.
yeah, thank you. But yeah, I've noticed that getting the product correct first go around, it just makes everything easier. Marketing, you get to spend less money to promote it because the product pretty much sells itself. And reviews, the amount of testimonials I've been able to get in the past couple of months. Um, yeah, good product is everything.
Yeah.
Damien, you've been dialed in on that. I already have my product, but like I said, I've been watching you with the group when they've been picking their products, how much focus has gone into that.
Yeah. I
But
generally think
yeah,
like if not like the most important part, especially if you're in Australia, so you haven't even tapped into TikTok Shop or Amazon yet. But with like TikTok, Amazon, I think like the most important thing to get right is the product. Like, and that's why we spend like so much time on it.
that is even though TikTok Shop doesn't exist here, originally when I was designing my product, I did keep that in mind. I wanted something that was just so my colors, sorry, my product is super colorful. It's different flavors, there's different color for each flavor. Super easy just to identify,
Yeah.
which is yeah, big thing for TikTok Shop. You want to be able to, someone's making a video, but at the same time, it helps with the product, able to kind of
Yeah.
sell itself or tell a
Yeah.
story.
What would you say is the most frustrating or difficult part about launching a brand that you were struggling with before we met?
Honestly, for me personally, it was accountability. It was like the motivation to keep going. I've struggled with that. Um, Used to working for other people. I've always been a good worker, but as soon as you remove that, the boss, and you're working for you,
Yeah.
and some days it's rewarding, and then the next day it's new problem, and everything's just on your shoulders. It's tough at times, but don't worry, the reward outweighs the the troubles. But
Yeah.
one thing that really helped was being a part of a community and always having someone to like how many times do you reckon I've messaged you saying, shit
Yeah. Hey
man, like
man.
I'm a bit down, I just need
Yeah,
some
yeah.
inspiration. Like
Yeah.
I
Let me
have
just
a
hop on a
few times.
call and like, yeah. Yeah, dude,
And
I
just
heard this.
having
Yeah, I
sorry.
heard this quote. I think it's from like Mark Cuban. It's like, I'd rather work 80 hours a week making like 40 grand a year, but working for myself than like 40 hours a week making like 200 grand a year for someone else, you know.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
true,
it.
it's true. That's kind of how I always thought about it. It's just kind of being my own boss, and just kind of doing things on your term, working wherever you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want, basically.
Yeah.
Um, cool. So, Jack, you were my first ever student, obviously. Um, what made you decide to invest in coaching, I guess? Yeah, prior to us meeting.
Uh, I was actually quite stuck. This was right at the point where I just sold out my first bit of stock. I've got the next stock and I'm thinking, okay, like what next? And I was aware of you. I was following your Instagram and I think I was in a school community
Yeah.
that you had. And I noticed that you were doing a webinar and I'd been seeing it popping up and I was like, oh, I was busy that day, but I remember I joined for the last 20 minutes. I'd missed all of it. And then you're like, it was a Q&A. And I'm in the comments going, oh, can you start posting some more stuff in your school group? Like I've been interested. And then like kind of dismissing the comment, dismissing. I'm like, oh, I wonder why. And then he's like, oh, because there's a new community that you're launching where it's going to be one-on-one access. As soon as I had one-on-one, and I knew your reputation, I can't remember where I found you, but I'd been following you personally. And when you said one-on-one, I was like, that is. the defining thing. I've been in other paid communities where it's like group calls, um, but one-on-one is really what I wanted.
Yeah.
And having direct access to you has been so helpful. Even if it's not a call, just being able to text you and get
Yeah.
a reply or just pick up the phone and ring you. Yeah, that's why I pulled the trigger. That's what I was in for.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I was also just starting out and I bought this course too. And it was just straight up just like videos, right? You watch it and then you kind of like do it. But I think like the best part is like having someone basically kind of you can just lean on them. You know, if you have any questions, they can answer it versus just like, you have all this information now, like how do you actually implement it, you know?
That's it. You can find everything on YouTube. Everything exists on YouTube. And
Yeah,
but you got to go through and find what you're meant to be doing next. But it helps to have that the person that's in front of you that's been through it that just helps you like with all this noise, they say, dial in on this. You can go
yeah.
learn it that way. This is what I did. It just a bit of clarity in all the noise.
100%. Yeah. Because I feel like also when you're launching a brand, you feel overwhelmed with like, you have to do all of these steps, right? But
Mm.
sometimes you just need someone who's done it before, who's like, okay, this is step one, step two, step three, step four. Fuck everything else. Like just focus on these things and you'll kind of move the needle forward.
Yeah, 100%. That
So yeah, Jack, how much are you doing per month right now?
right now I'm sitting around 30K a month.
Let's go.
Probably gonna be doing a little less this month because I have had some stock issues, which has been on me and my supplier. But no,
Yeah.
I was doubling pretty much month on month for a while, and then maintain 30K while trying to figure out how to scale further.
100K by December.
100K by December.
Guys heard it
Let's
here
do it.
first.
Let's do it.
We'll do another one of these in December when you hit that.
Oh,
Yeah.
work.
What has been your biggest breakthrough moment, you would say? If you were to recount like a moment, you're like, okay, I kind of get it now. And then business just kind of started working.
Probably Facebook ads. I remember I tried to run some Facebook ads.
Dude, I remember
And
us hopping on a call talking about like, you should run this. I don't know why you turned this off.
yes, it's exactly what I was gonna say. Like we were to call, I'm like, I don't know what to do next. I'm like, you're like, have you tried Facebook ads? And I showed you. I'm like, yeah, I tried them. And then you're like, it's literally a three row ads. Like
Yeah.
every $10 I was spending, I was getting 30 back. You're like, why did you turn this off? I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know. From that point, I just dialed in on Facebook ads.
Yeah.
Still to this day, that is mainly what is driving all my sales.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing organic and stuff, working on that now, but I was completely able to scale my business with Facebook ads. So
Yeah.
when that door opened, I've just put all my focus there, and I 5x my business from that point.
Yeah. Do you know what your best creative is?
Funny thing is, it's like I'm just running Canva ads. It's like I'm able to just whip stuff together in 10 minutes in Canva, put some spend behind it, and make money. Like when that was a breakthrough moment when I'm like, oh shit, like if you have a good product, you can just throw together some ads, spend a bit of money, and then make a profit.
Yeah.
Like
You
I
haven't
can't
even really tested much with video either, huh? So it's
no, that's
all
why
been
I can't
static.
wait to actually get some UGC creators and make some more content myself. I
Yeah.
just got to get the stock for it because I know it's gonna just rocket.
Bro, 100%. Dude, you layer on video like 100K a month. It's just easy. Because right now you're
Yeah,
just doing all static.
all static.
Yeah.
Then honestly,
And when,
they're not that impressive. I make them myself. I'm not a designer.
yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. So you're doing what, 30K a month, 100K in December. But back 6 months ago, you said you were doing what, like 5, 10?
I was doing honestly March. I was probably did like 4K. I did better in February. It was still when I just launched. In
Yeah.
March, I was actually selling to like wholesalers. I just started ringing. I had the product and I didn't know how to sell it. This was just before I met you.
Yeah.
This was before the Facebook ads, and yeah, so the organic traction had died out. So didn't know what to do. Was trying to sell it to like butchers and fruit shops because it is a food product, and
Yeah.
was keeping the business afloat like that.
Yeah.
When I started Facebook ads, month one was like 12K
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
3,000 spent, probably more. Month two was 20, and then it was 25. Then I had stock issues, and then 2 months in a row, 30,000. So yeah, it's gone quick.
How is your life different, if any, going from a 4K a month business owner to like a 30K a month, you would say?
Honestly, not much. I'm more dialed in now. I'm probably spending less money than I was because now I realize that if every cent that I put back towards the business is going to multiply in the future. So I'm making more money than ever right now, and I am more just content with where I am than ever before as well. Um, it's been real exciting. Like some
Yeah,
days,
dude, seeing you go from March to like now has been like honestly so rewarding. I'm not even gonna lie. Like it's just so cool to see like just like a couple pieces of I wouldn't say even advice, but just like implementation can just like change your business overnight. So,
it's crazy how it gets to a point where
and this is only the beginning too, you know,
it is, and that's why I'm excited for the rest. Yeah, every week's something new,
for sure.
exciting
And that's
happens,
business, yeah.
and something new, stressful happens. But I'm just now tackling everything. Like I'm the happiest I've ever been right now. That's for sure. Probably
Hey,
the most stressed I've ever been too. Like I was saying, it goes with
yeah,
balance,
bro.
but I'm the happiest I've ever been. I
Yeah,
love
it kind of
everything
looks
I'm
like you got
doing.
a couple grays coming in.
Yeah, exactly. Um, no, and I also just love that the people love my product. Yeah, I've got over 350 five-star reviews. I get like 45 reviews a week. I think I got 5 stars last week.
Damn,
Like they're
45.
coming in, and in scale in comparison to like the orders I'm getting, um, yeah, so many reviews. I'm getting people messaging me saying, "Oh, I want like bigger. Can you do bigger sizes? Like, love this, love that." And it's no, I really found something that people love, and then yeah, it's quite exciting for me.
Yeah, cool. Um, Switching over to a couple more results. What would you say the most valuable part of the program has been for you? And you can be as honest as possible.
Yeah, it's honestly been like I was saying that you just been able to give me direction. There's a lot of noise out there when you're starting the business. There's a million things to do, and yeah, a bit of advice you always said was just double down on what's working.
Yeah,
And then kind of maximize that, and then we'll move to the next part. But if that's working now, put your whole like all your focus to keep that working and improve it, and that's been a massive help. Well, like I was saying earlier, I think there's three things that are literally three things that it takes to make a successful business, and that's good product, and that's someone guiding you, mentor, like someone that just knows the route, and just showing up every day. The third is just going and showing up every day. With those three things, I really just I don't think you can fail.
yeah, sweet. Was there anything that kind of surprised you most about the process?
Um, Nothing that really surprised me. I guess I actually, not to say it hasn't been hard, but I actually thought everything was going to be harder than it is. Like sometimes you see people running these businesses and you think, oh no, like not me. I can't do that. I would like to, but like they must be better than me at something. They must have all the answers. And
Yeah.
just every day I'm realizing that I'm yeah,
No.
one step closer to being that person because those people are no different to you. They just show
100%.
up every day.
100%.
And yeah,
Yeah.
once I realize that, like you can just keep moving.
Yeah, dude. I in the past 6 months, I've had three friends sell their businesses for like tens of millions of dollars, and one close to like $100 million. And
Wow.
I feel like a lot of people see that and like, holy fuck, like they're a genius, right? But like after like spending time with them, I'm like, this guy is like respectfully no smarter than I am.
Mm.
He just knows something that I don't, and he's put in 5 years of work to be able to get to where he is like right now. And so I think like a lot of people like see success, you from 4K to 30K to eventually 100K a month. You're just a normal dude who's putting in the work every single day.
Just plodding
And it's
away
really
as well.
just that.
It is like the difference between the going from 5K to 30K is just you're doing more of the same thing. You're getting a little bit better as everything goes. It's just my skills level up, the business follows. And honestly, it's just showing up every day. It's that compound like interest that you put it. Just every day you get that bit better, and the business just grows and grows.
Yeah,
It's yeah,
yeah.
it's
You know,
simple.
I feel like a lot of people watching this might think like, oh, you touched on this too. What if it doesn't work for me? Right? What would you say to someone thinking like that?
It's you. It all falls down to you. If you're thinking it's not going to work for me, it's because you're not putting in the work.
Yeah.
If if you can use a computer and the biggest thing actually is if you can teach yourself, the biggest skill is if you're able to teach yourself a skill or a topic or understand something, you can do it. And if you're not able to do it, it's because you gave up or you just didn't try.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Just to make it
What
clear,
would,
I didn't even finish high school. I didn't go to university. I say
you
I
didn't
went
finish
to
high school? I didn't even know that.
no, no, I dropped out and I
No
was
way.
becoming a carpenter. Yeah, I was
No
in
way.
Australia. We're pretty much bred to go straight into
Damn.
construction. But yeah, no, all that didn't finish school. I didn't really like school. I was sort of smart enough, but I just found it boring. But I'm really good at teaching myself skills because you can go on YouTube and you can search for a topic and you can learn a lot. It's even more dialed in when you're in a community where it's like here is the path, just follow it and you just gotta
Yeah,
go next. And but yeah, if you're able to teach yourself, you're good to go.
100%. Were you skeptical at all when you joined the program? I don't know if you've like joined other programs in the past, but were you skeptical at first?
I suppose like I said, the main reason I wanted to join was the one-on-one.
Hmm.
And so in the back of my head was like, okay, is it actually going to be one-on-one?
Yeah.
And spoiler, it has been. You're able to like you can get one-on-one calls, book in, and there's group calls too. So I just wasn't sure if you're going to live up to that promise, but you really have.
Thanks, man. I try to. I try to.
No.
This is more of like a selfish question because I just love asking this question, but what were some, when you were back doing, 4K a month, 5K a month versus now, what were some self kind of limiting beliefs that you had that now that you look back, you're like, wow, like I can't believe I used to think like that.
Yeah, I guess it would be just like I was saying before, I just thought maybe I wasn't as good as people doing that kind of money. And yeah, now I haven't even really felt a change. Like everything's just happened gradually. And it was just, I didn't back myself like I do now.
Like you didn't believe in yourself as much as
I
you.
didn't believe in myself as much as I do now. And I think along the way, when you hit those goals, you get that little bit more,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
reassurance. You hit the five.
Have you heard of the winner's effect?
I have not.
It's basically, as a kid, if you're winning a lot, sports, it can be, getting an A in school. You
Mm,
subconsciously kind of train your brain into like thinking that you can do anything, you know? And so
mm,
the more you stack up these wins internally, the more anytime, a situation or a problem kind of comes in front of you, you automatically think to yourself like, I can win this. I can beat this because you already have all these little wins stacked up over the course of however many years. So it's
yeah.
really just like that, basically. You're kind of like just trying to level up, beat, whatever level you're at. And yeah, that's kind of been the biggest unlock for me too.
Yeah, exactly. Just getting that
Like I
registered.
truly believe that, I'm launching a new brand right now. I truly believe that I can get this brand to $1 million a month within
I,
like,
I know you. I know you will. It's
yeah.
that's the thing. There is a
And it
there is a
doesn't it
place.
doesn't make sense to someone else, but because like I've done this so many times before and I've had like, all these wins, obviously I had a lot of losses, but all these wins, like I truly believe I can do that.
But the
Like
losses,
you
the
have to.
losses also they help just as much as the wins because now you know what not to do and
Exactly.
you know what to do.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
I'm so confident you'll get that to $1 million a
Yeah.
month because there is a playbook. There really is. Like the knowledge is there. The strategies are changing, but just to go from A to Z with the ecom brand, there is some principles you just need to do. And once you know them, or once you're
It's kind of
actively me asking the question, trying to learn them, everything just goes in place.
100%. It's really just like a rinse and repeat kind of playbook. Obviously, strategies change, TikTok, Amazon, Facebook ads change, but the principles of building like an ecom brand stays kind of consistent, I would say.
Yeah.
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 Um, if someone's watching this thinking about, applying to the program, is there anything that you would say to them specifically who's on the fence?
Mm. Are you ready to change? Like, don't even bother if you're not going to back yourself, right? And that sounds harsh, but
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
only
Talk to him,
works,
Jack. Talk to him.
only, only works if you just undoubtedly just put your all and actually back yourself. You want that change. You're not happy in your position, and you just want more. Then this is the right thing to do. But you need to commit. It's not as simple as just buying into a community and then just sitting back and doing nothing. This is not the like this is the path to success, but you got to walk it.
100%. I feel like I think investing in like I invest in a lot of different programs and like mentorships. I think investing in something is kind of like a vote of direction or confidence in
Mm.
yourself that like, okay, I just paid this money, right? I have to like go all in on it, instead of
And
just
that's what it's been like for me, for sure. It's that
yeah,
extra motivation. It's
yeah.
yeah, when the stuff's free, you know not
You don't really
not
care too much,
investing. That's why it is an investment. You're literally investing your time, your money, and then you go and do it.
Yeah. I think you pay everything two ways. Either you pay it with time or you pay it with money. Um, and so yeah. Um, what would you say to someone, one of the questions that I get a lot is like people like asking me like, "Oh, how do I get started?" And then like 3 months later, they would like be like, "Send me the exact same thing. How do I get started?" So what would you say to someone like that who is kind of waiting, I'd say, for the perfect moment to get started?
There is no perfect moment, that's for sure. I was like that. I watched so many different business models trying to figure out which one was going to be right for me. Truth is, any of them, if you actually just start and you keep going. So if you're watching this video, you're interested in ecom, and I've gone to ecom because honestly, it is the best business model for me. I love all things about it, but there is no perfect moment. The perfect moment is when you decide that you're going to just commit to a week. The end of the week, okay, now I'm going to keep going, give it to the month. And it doesn't happen overnight. But then sometimes a lot changes overnight. Like you build up, build up, build up, and then like my third month in, everything was starting to come in line. I've got a real business now, and then I do like $20,000 a month. It's just got to just start and keep going. Show up
Yeah.
every single day.
Yeah. And it's definitely not a get rich quick thing. That's for sure.
No, realize that
Yeah.
now.
So if someone's
Um,
watching this thinking they're going to be a millionaire, next month, like that's not going to happen.
no, it's I know for a fact I'll be a millionaire, but it's
Sure.
not this year, maybe not next, but I'm on my way.
You'll get there 100%. Cool, man. Yeah, I can't think of a better way to end off like that. Jack, where can people follow your journey or the brand's journey?
Try Chookies on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's
I'll leave a link
T
in the
R
description too.
Y Yeah, we'll link it. We'll link it.
Yeah, we'll link
You
it.
follow, and that's the brand account there. If you want to follow me personally, we'll link that too. But
Yeah, I'll link that
no,
too.
thanks for having me, Damien.
Yes, sir. Jack, thanks so much for jumping on. First student, gonna be the first. And I'm super excited to see, work with you to hit 100K a month and then hopefully $1 million a month. Dude, when TikTok Shop opens in Australia and whenever you come to the US, your business is gonna fucking 10x. I guarantee you.
I'm excited. I got to get stock under control and get
Yeah,
send a container to the States and just see how it goes.
yeah.
'Cause,
Cool.
yeah,
Cool,
you
man.
guys.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks everyone for watching. If you guys want to check out more of Jack's stuff, I'll leave the links in the description. But yeah, Jack, thanks so much for coming on, man.
All right, thank you, Damien.
All right.